Hello and welcome to the Party Prelude Project. I am Quinn Wilson, your host and game master. Thank you for joining us again this week as we delve into the story of Breath of Piercing Dusk, the Nightcast. We here love to call him Peedee, and so that's how you will hear him referred to for most of the session. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. It's a kind of fun, different story than you heard from Alizarin. There's a lot of sneaking around, a lot more social interaction than we experienced last time, and this one is only coming in 2 parts. Here we go right now with part 1 of 2 of Breath of Piercing Dusk's Prelude. I hope that you enjoy it. So it is a relatively warm day towards the end of the spring season. It is about midday as Breath of Piercing Dusk finds himself in the center of a relatively large town that's built up in the base of this white minaret that sticks out of the center of this town. Peedee finds himself in the market square. The town is largely white, like the tower that's in its center. It's got a lot of relatively rectangular, angular, square buildings with flowing cloth eaves. You saw towards the beginning of town there was a sign marking the town as Barrage Puat.
Barrage Puat?
Yes, Barrage Puat.
Okay.
And as Peedee strolls into the center of town, why don't you go ahead and give us all a description of Breath of Piercing Dusk? What does he look like? What's his deal? His stance on things?
Okay. Well, Breath of Piercing Dusk, or Peedee, he's like 24-ish, 20, between 22 and 24. His early 20s. Very tall and athletic, but kind of a slender person, with very long hair, like probably almost dragging on the ground, and it's sort of like a frosty gold color, and he has very icy blue eyes. And he usually dresses mostly in black. He's got a very well-worn traveling cloak that he likes to wear. And then on his back, he carries one of his blades, and then he has a longer knife. They're like a pair that he keeps behind him. So yeah, he's kind of strolling into town, very like gracefully and like walking between the people, kind of like but not really like pushing his way through town, just kind of observing a lot of things. 'Cause yeah, he's a very observant kind of guy, likes to know what's going on with all sorts of things and has sort of a curious mind, but doesn't really feel the need to act on things unless he sees it his place to. I think that after his exaltation, though, he feels like he is pushed to, I don't know, for lack of a better word, be like the hand of God almost.
Okay.
He feels,
awesome.
Yeah, like he feels like that's his, since he has this obviously weird power thing, that's kind of his like duty to enact fate in certain ways.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's really, really cool. So, one important question about Peedee's getup.
Yeah.
What do his swords actually look like? They are artifact blades, and so
yes. Since
they're such an important part of his accoutrement, it's
yes. So his blades are star steel. Is that
star metal?
Star metal, and they're short swords, so they're not very long, but they're on the longer side of things, and because the blade is really slender, it gives them a longer appearance, with a really slight curve at the end, just kind of enough to slash, but you can still stab with it.
Okay.
with maybe some like, I imagine them having a pretty deep like blood groove in it.
Okay, I think it's called a fuller.
A fuller, okay, yeah. And there's like kind of a purple like vein going through that.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool.
And then like one of them's longer than the other, and the other one's like more of a long, like glorified knife kind of. But they're similar in look, similar build. Obviously, a match. Maybe some like scribing on them, kind of.
Okay. Any particular language that is scribed on there?
Oh shoot.
I know that he's from the north, but he spent a lot of time in the south.
Yeah, and the person that made it was from the town that he grew up in. Okay. But it probably has some old realm on it, I'm going to say, actually, because the person who made it with, like, he's part of a long line of blacksmiths, where he doesn't really know all the things, but he's been taught the tradition of how to do it. So he knows how to do things. He doesn't really know what he's doing, but he knows how to do it. So it probably has some like old realm writing on there that he probably doesn't know what it means, but it's there.
Cool. I actually kind of like that. It plays into a lot of the themes of the setting really well.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay, so as Peedee gets closer and closer to the center of town, he's noticing that less and less people seem to be around, which is kind of the opposite of what you would expect.
Okay, so he's noticing there's not a lot of people.
There's not a lot of people.
Okay. And this town, is it a trade town? Is it on the coast?
It is on the coast, and it is definitely a trade town.
Okay.
So it's not actually directly on the sea, but like back towards the horizon, you can see the shores of the Dreaming Sea.
Okay.
Spreading out in front of you.
And is this like desert territory, or like
Savannah-esque?
Okay.
It's a little deserty. So maybe even like chaparral.
Okay, so, all right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
The crowds begin to thin out.
As I'm getting closer to the center?
To the center of town, where the bazaar typically is set up, or would be set up in this kind of town.
Okay. I am going to... I'm going to activate my sensory acuity prana.
All right, and go ahead and let us know what that does.
Okay, so that gives me double 9s on my exceptionally fine-tuned senses. And if I have like a specific sense that I'm going to activate for that, I can reroll 6s also.
Awesome. So are you going to pick a particular sense? What are you trying to do here?
I'm just kind of doing it as in like a, he notices that something's a little off, maybe just a little bit on edge. Can I actually? And with that, I'm going to make an awareness roll.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception plus awareness roll.
Let me mark down this modes here.
Okay,
so perception plus awareness.
Yeah, and is there anything Peedee does to give it a little flavor? Give it some stunt dice?
Yeah, totally. So he's kind of sticking closer to the edges of the walls, kind of riding the shadow as much as possible, sniffing around, kind of looking a little deeper into the corners that he passes around the alleys and stuff like that. And probably pulls up his hood and tucks away his hair and any distinguishing features, make sure that he's just kind of a cloaked figure and not looking out of place as much as possible.
Awesome. That sounds like a 1-dot stunt to me, so add 2 dice to your roll.
Okay. Okay, so 3.
So, as Peedee begins to get close, he smells one thing and he hears one thing that seem out of the ordinary. He can smell a light whiff of fur and blood.
Okay.
And he can hear the light, kind of a light shuffling sound, and something that sounds almost like a whimper.
Okay.
Coming from a nearby alleyway. The smell sounds like it's coming from the town square, and the whimpering sounds as though it's coming from a nearby alley.
Okay, and the whimpering, is it beast or is it like human?
The whimpering sounds human.
Okay. And the smell of blood and fur.
That smells bestial.
And that's coming from town.
That is coming from what
From the center.
would be the bazaar, yeah.
Okay. And the alley where the whimpering's coming from, is that pretty close to me?
Yeah, it's near you.
Okay. I am going to... I think Peedee's going to go check out that smell, so I'm probably going to scamper up onto the rooftops and probably sneak over there with a little stealthness.
Okay, so you clamber up onto that rooftop with grace and ease. Your cloak flutters behind you as you settle down.
Okay. Do you want me to roll stealth?
I think that if you... Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay. So is that dexterity plus stealth?
Yes, dexterity plus stealth.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
And do you have any stealth charms you wanted to activate?
The only one I have is to re-roll the roll. If it's not good, I can re-roll it.
Okay,
So-
you could also use your excellency if you would like.
Oh, okay.
That's always an option,
That is very true.
though not necessarily always something that you want to do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, the little baby D10.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go with this one for now. And then so once Peedee's leapt up to the top of the roofs, he's kind of like prance from like spot to spot really quick, kind of like dodging back and forth more than like a slow like creep.
Okay, he's hard to see not because he's really low and quiet, but because you can't tell where he's at exactly.
Yeah, just like dashing from corner to corner.
Okay, so go ahead and add 2 dice for that stunt. Oh my goodness, that was 2 10s on those stunt dice. Those really brought you up to a whole new level.
Thank goodness.
That looks like 8 successes to me.
That's 8. Okay.
Okay. So they are going to see if they can best that, which is incredibly unlikely.
Oh.
They got 7 successes on 6 dice,
Oh gosh, what a roll.
but they did not beat you.
That's pretty impressive.
Okay, so Peedee sneaks to the lip of a nearby building, crouched over, and in the middle of the town is a train of caravans pulled by a number of Yedim.
Okay.
This caravan looks familiar to you. You've seen it before. Why? Why does Peedee recognize this?
It looks pretty similar to the caravan, one of the caravans that he pretty frequently saw going through his hometown, stopping at his parents a lot.
Okay.
Do I recognize any of the people specifically?
So yeah, this definitely looks like one of those guild caravans. Do you? Do you recognize somebody?
I don't know. They're going off a little farther. I'm gonna have to follow them a little bit more and see. Are they moving? Sorry.
So there's not. It's stopped in the middle of town,
Oh,
in the
okay.
middle of this now empty bazaar.
Okay.
There are stalls. Like there's the vague like outlines of stalls set up, but none
Okay.
of the people or the product in the middle of them.
Okay.
And the other shop fronts, like the permanent buildings, also seem to be empty and closed. The caravans are at a stop.
Okay.
In fact, there seems to be only a human figure or two around the caravan.
Okay.
And additionally, there is a large lumbering figure on top of the caravan, like on top of the padded roofing of this caravan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's got strange red fur and purple skin and spiny protrusions coming out of its body.
The big thing on top.
It looks ape-like and
Not-
ferocious with massive jaws and fangs like protruding out along its large gorilla-like lips.
Okay. And is it free? Is it like running around?
It is not running around. It is sitting on top of them, like sitting on top of the caravan looking around. And the people below don't seem to be disturbed by this.
They don't. Okay.
But I think I am going to say that you recognize one of these guys.
Yeah. Okay. Probably someone that has come by. Yeah, smaller guy. Little bit of a a dad belly.
Okay.
Probably middle-aged. On the spot names.
One name I've written down is Kadam.
Okay, Kadam, yeah. I recognize the guy. He was one of those people who always wants to try to get a better deal out of everything.
Okay.
Do you want me to kind of like describe this person, or do you have an idea?
Go ahead.
Or do you have an idea planned out for him?
So yeah,
Cool.
go to town. This is great.
Okay, cool. This is a new side for me. Yeah.
Right, and it's something I think is a good skill to cultivate, and something that as I run more often, I'm going to throw out more.
Yeah, totally. All right.
And since this is Peedee's story,
Yeah.
I think it's nice to really throw a lot of those out. I didn't do it so much with Alizarin, but this ties in really nicely to your backstory. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What did you say his name was again?
Kadam.
Okay. Yeah. Kadam. Yeah. He's like probably middle aged. Always trying to get the better deal out of everybody. Is always trying to sweeten the deal for himself. Mm-hmm. Got a little bit of like a horseshoe hair, and a small little soul patch goatee.
Okay.
Always came by on his caravans, and Peedee suspects that his parents, he didn't really have time to look through things at his parents' house once he put all the pieces together, but he suspects that they were kind of like a halfway point, for like one caravan would drop stuff off at his parents' house, and then another one would come pick it up and take it on. So, and there was a certain instance where Kadam was caught trying to take a little extra that wasn't his, and kind of started some drama. So they're not necessarily on good terms, even without Peedee killing some people in the guild.
Okay, that's really good.
Okay.
But, yeah, this creature is definitely that source of that blood and...
Oh, and fur.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to go ahead and give me a lore plus... or an occult plus intelligence check.
Untrained is nothing?
Untrained adds nothing, correct.
No.
You've never seen or heard of anything like this before.
Okay. You said there's a couple humans with Kadam, right?
Yeah, it's like a couple of his lackeys.
Okay. What are they up to? Are they kind of just, like, relaxing? Or does it seem like they're on a break?
Yeah, like, they are leaned up against the sides of this caravan. One of the caravans.
Okay.
Kadam himself is actually, like, patting the head of one of these Yedem as he's smoking his long bronzed pipe.
Okay.
What's his smoking flavor of choice? Like, what is his favorite thing to smoke?
What would be the exalted equivalent of fruit punch? Like mixed fruit, maybe?
Yeah.
I think he's like a fruity kind of guy.
Okay, like dried fruit, hashish.
Right, yeah.
Or not hashish, shisha.
Shisha, yeah.
Not
like,
hashish.
Oh.
I'm gonna get high as hell on the job.
Yeah. Definitely a fruity flavor kind of guy. You said, so over on the side, I imagine there to be like on the top of the buildings. You know how sometimes there will be like sort of like a gazebo, but basically like a...
Yeah, like it was kind of like eave-like gazebo structures.
Yeah, like a shade structure that's got like some white, like linen probably on them.
Yeah, if you want to pull like a real specific example, just like all those things you could hide in the first Assassin's Creed game.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was thinking about the exact same things.
Okay, cool.
Except they probably got more colorful linens.
Okay, well, that's good. How close am I to Kadam and all of them?
You are crouched down at a building at the edge of this gazebo, or not the edge of this gazebo, the edge of this bazaar.
Yeah.
And they are more or less in the center of it, so you're close, but not...
Medium range-ish?
Yeah, I'd say
okay.
medium.
Okay. I'm going to pull one of those down.
Mm-hmm.
So Peedee will have it kind of wrapped up in a ball.
Okay.
And then he crouches down, waits till they're kind of facing the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
And then takes an enormous silent leap through the air and kind of sails through the air, activating my monkey leap to cross a whole range band.
Okay.
That is 2.
Are you seeking to land in the middle of the square or on top of the caravan?
So what he does is, so the ape thing is on top, right?
Right. So basically there are two of these caravans. There's one, and then it's closer to you, and then there's a second one that's farther away.
Okay.
And the ape thing is on this second one.
Okay. So I want to land between, like, with the humans between me and the ape. So not, like, right next to the ape. And as Peedee lands, he's going to kind of, like, casually throw out the linen so it lands over the top of the Kadam's boys.
Okay.
And probably... Yeah, so it lands on top of them, but not like an attack, like just kind of... Peedee's basically dissing them and trying to establish a position of dominance before the interaction, startle them and sort of like intimidate them.
So you're landing on the ground, not on top of the caravan?
Not on top of the caravan. I'm on the ground next to them, like throwing the linen over the top of them as I land, and then probably like stepping on the corner, making it like a little hard.
Okay, so you're trying to pull Kadam's attention?
Yeah, basically. And I'll, with kind of a, "Oh, Kadam, nice to see you, huh?"
Wait, do I recognize you?
"Oh, yeah, I'm just the snot-nosed kid. You probably saw me hiding under the table at my parents' house. But,
beady-eyed little..."
"Hey, I'm here on my own accord. I just, thought we could, start fresh, What are you up to here?"
"We's doing our business. You know how it goes."
Yeah, I do.
Shops are closed for the day.
"Oh, why's that?"
"Everything's closed till the doing gets done."
"The doing?"
"Yeah, the doing."
So
as he says that, he actually motions back, and attached to the end of the second caravan is actually like a kind of hitch that's got a cage on it, like a large empty cage on it.
Okay. Is there anything in it? Oh,
There's
no, empty.
It's
you said
empty.
Yeah. May I ask who's doing the doing?
"The rest of me boys."
That whimpering sound. Can I still hear it?
You can.
And which direction is it coming from? Or can I get a smell associated with that? Or can I get a more general?
Yeah, so you can actually smell like an earthy cologne and sweaty body odor.
Okay.
That you can like kind of get in the same direction as these whimpering forms.
Close?
Relatively, yeah, like maybe at the edge of the bazaar.
Okay. Peedee's gonna like do a casual start to kind of wander around the edge of the bazaar to try to get like a closer proximity to whatever that is and try to pick up more, but still engage with Kadam. Like,
okay, so how does he respond to Kadam's last?
About the rest of his...
Yeah, about his boys.
I'm going to say he kind of shrugs it off, and I mean, it's pretty standard for the guild to have some sort of, mischief going on, but let's see. So you got a lot of them out there on this one then? It seems like a pretty big deal. Like, where's everybody at?
Yeah, caravan this size, we can carry about 35 men. All of them running around. Except for these boys who you just disrespected. You going to apologize for that?
Oh, sorry guys. I just thought I'd throw a little color into your life, But,
That's not funny. I'm only here because I'm not feeling good today.
Oh, well, what were you gonna do?
My job? Kadam's gonna be... Never mind. What'd you say to me? And he, empties out the tobacco from his pipe on the ground and, kind of cracks his knuckles as he steps forward towards the boy.
Can I see what's inside the caravans?
It's a lot of supply crates.
Okay.
You cannot tell by the, like, looking what's in there.
Okay.
But you do smell the faint scent of marijuana.
Okay. What's the ape doing too?
It is actually, since you landed and started, like, drawing attention to yourself, it is kind of crouched towards the end of this, like, the lip.
Ready to strike?
Almost ready to pounce down, yeah.
Okay. Does Kadam have anything on his person that I can see? Bags, papers, weapons?
Yeah, he has a couple of, like, little sacks and a scroll case. He always seems to have, like, a little scroll case on him. He likes to keep, like, a little list of all of his deals that he makes.
Okay.
So he can always hold people accountable. Because he likes, again, like you said, to always sweeten that pot.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he does have, like, a stubby little fat sword. Almost like a machete.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or a scimitar, yeah.
Peedee is going to attempt to steal his little
Scroll case?
scroll case. That's the one. So yeah, he's gonna, like, kind of make his way over, walk over, kind of shuffle his feet. I didn't really mean anything, guys. I just kind of thought I would stop in and say hi. I haven't seen you guys in a long time, just for old time's sake.
You seem awfully shifty over there. You're coming back over here. What's your deal? I don't understand you, boy.
I've got nothing. I ran away from home, and now I'm here. I just thought it's been a while since I've seen a familiar face. So Peedee's gonna kind of, like, sit down on the ground and, like, just kind of act like he's relaxing. Maybe, like, pull out a pipe of his own and not smoke marijuana, but smoke some tobacco and kind of just relax and kind of wait. And he's kind of basically waiting for Kadam to kind of, like, come over to him, and then as he's passing to try to, like, pull it off of him real sneaky.
Okay, so what actually happens is you sit down, you pull out that pipe, and he comes in, he, like, leans down right in your face, and his breath smells like, he actually opens his mouth, and he's got a set of bronze teeth.
Oh, dear.
Which are, like, a new addition.
Okay.
And it's not, like, an elegant formation. It is almost just, like, a couple of bronze, crudely made semicircles that sit in his mouth.
Oh.
And they're already starting to oxidize, so against, like, the almost golden sheen, there are these little flecks of green building up.
Oh.
But last time you saw him, he had a full set of, like, he didn't have a full set of teeth, but he had more teeth than this.
Oh, man, that's unfortunate.
He leans down and he's like, "Look, you keep playing around, interfering with business. You're going to have to deal with Gurmis, all right?" And he points up to the ape. Now go ahead and make your dexterity plus larceny check.
Okay.
Again, any magic you're going to enhance this with?
Probably some excellencies.
Okay, and you definitely, I'm going to say that given your backstory and everything, this will qualify you for a 2-dot stunt.
Okay, cool.
So you get an extra success and 2 extra dice.
So I'll set a success there. 2 dice there. And I'll do 2 points of excellency.
All right, cool. So 2 motes for 2 more dice. Yeah, you're probably going to beat him out here.
I hope so.
Unless he rolls real well. You are way ahead of the game here.
Okay. 11.
So yeah, 11. So he's going to have to roll just about all 10s to beat you here. He gets 2 successes.
Okay.
So you lift this scroll case off of him while he's leaning down, like, puffing this fruity, tarry breath into your face. The boys, like, collectively seem to have fully extricated themselves from the cloth you threw on them. They're both, like, these kind of wiry, wimpy little kids.
Okay.
Or not, they're not kids, but they're, like, scurvy young men.
Okay, left behind to watch the caravan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clearly, they're expecting Gervis to do most of the heavy lifting here.
Okay. Well, look, Azari, I mean, I didn't mean anything. I just thought I'd say hi to you. So, I get it. I'm not welcome here, so I'll just be gone.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't think you're going to be gone. All right? You're messing with us. You're fronting with us.
What are you talking about? I haven't done anything to you.
Clearly you got beef.
No way.
And we're going to settle that right now. All right? We're going to settle it the classic way. You are going to join the rest of the folk that are getting rounded up today. Get in the cage.
I don't...
Get in the cage.
So at this point, Peedee is going to dip and run.
Yeah, okay. So this is basically going to be like taking a disengage, yeah.
Okay. So that's dodge with my specialty and getting away. And
awesome.
Dexterity?
Yes, dexterity plus dodge.
Okay.
So he says that, and he actually like sweeps out his arm trying to like grab your cloak.
Okay.
How do you evade?
So Peedee was sitting, so he's gonna like roll back and kind of like pop himself up, like do like a handspring back as he pops up onto his feet, and probably like as he's rolling back, scoops up a handful of whatever dust he can find on the ground and like throws it towards Kadar's face.
Okay, so yeah, Kadam is like, he reaches out and his weight is completely shifted, so he like dips forward right into like this hail of pebbles you're throwing into his face. Go ahead and roll that and give yourself 2 stunt dice.
8.
That was 8?
That was 8.
Awesome.
It's always pleasant when you doesn't look like a good roll at first until
and
you
then
find out later.
Slowly you're like, oh, there we go. He botched.
Oh, wow. You're right. That's not a 9.
So yeah, the sand goes flying into his face, and it blinds him. He's like careening out of the way as you are bolting for this. And he's like, You boys, stop him! Stop him! So they're like awkwardly trying to get themselves out, and they take kind of like a pitiful jog after you.
Okay.
But you're out back towards like the alleys, twisting past this bazaar. There's a couple of like clotheslines hanging with a lot of drapey clothes.
Oh, perfect. Can I like... I guess there weren't many. I was going to say I could kick over some like fruit stalls in front of him, but I guess you said there's not a lot of people out.
You can say that there's like one stand of like old moldy fruit.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, you dive in, you kick this moldy fruit out of the way, and these 2 kids basically come like wheeling in behind you, stepping on all this old nasty fruit.
Nasty.
And you are getting out of the way. How do you get out of there? Do you take to the roofs, back to the winding streets?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I probably you'd find a conveniently placed like ladder and kick it over to where it like lands up on the roof and run up that
awesome
onto the roof, and then sticking with the Assassin's Creed, dive into another one of those white billowy I don't know what to call them.
I'd call it a gazebo.
A gazebo. There you go.
What happened? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? You idiots! Get back here! I'll have a week's pay for what you've done.
So that happened in the bazaar.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Gervis, get out there. Can you smell him?
I can't smell anything. I got nothing right now. If you could get me some of his blood, I could do something, but right now I got nothing.
You're worthless too. If I was paying you, you'd be out a month. And you overhear this as you're like easing into the bazaar or into this little gazebo. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna pull out my newly acquired scroll and see what it says.
Okay, so yeah, it is a list of some of his most famous deals.
Okay. It's like a self-glorification list?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Like, some of them are things that he's owed.
Okay. That he has managed to not pay off kind of things?
He's managed to not pay off, or extra things that, like, he managed to squeeze a deal out of.
Okay. Okay.
Like, one of them is, like, 9 dinar, and then in parentheses, like, on a 5 dinar painting, exclamation point.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
he is just completely full of himself.
Okay. Okay. Is there any...
Like, one of them says, like, a flame duck feast.
Is there anything that would give me a clue for what he's up to today?
So, I'm going to go ahead and say that you know enough based on the guild
Okay.
and the situation to say that this looks like a slaving operation.
Gotcha. I guess he did make some comments about throwing me into an empty cage too, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. How big is this town that I'm in?
It's actually pretty sizable.
Okay.
A couple thousand people live here, probably.
Okay, so is this like a sting operation then, or do they have like a deal with the local government where they're not going to be messed with, or is it kind of just like anarchy and you just go in and take whoever you can grab?
That right now you don't know.
Okay.
Judging. Yeah, Peedee's perceptive. Judging by the way that there was no shops set up today,
Yeah.
it seems like they were expecting this.
Okay. That's fair. I'm gonna drop over the eaves here and see if I can. I'm assuming I'm over the top of some sort of a place where people might possibly be inside, and see if there's anybody inside there.
So yeah, you actually duck down to see crowded around the window. There's there's 3 people inside the shop, and it's that whimpering sound you were hearing earlier.
Okay.
It's like an adult man, like a teenage girl, and probably an 8-year-old boy.
Okay. Peedee's gonna give him a real friendly, Midwestern smile and wave, and kind of knock on their door and see if they'll open.
So you see the man stand slowly, motion to his children do not move. Who are you? What do you want?
Look, I'm not here to slave you guys or anything. I happen to be in town. I've got a little experience with the guild before.
That sounds exactly like the kind of thing that a slaver would say.
Yeah, but then I killed them, so they don't really like me. And, I don't like them, really.
You killed them?
Yeah, shh. Look, point being, I was just curious what's going on, why you guys seem to be expecting this. Is this a regular occurrence or something? What's going on here?
It's market day.
How often does this happen?
Once a season.
And they just come in willy-nilly and take whoever they want, or what? What's the deal?
It's an arrangement they made with Gillicuddy.
Okay, gotcha.
She's the merchant prince that runs this town. Lives up in the tower.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. What?
Come in.
Okay.
And he opens the door and actually lets you in. This is a little kind of house. There's not a whole lot of possessions. They've got a couple of nice vases.
Okay.
And a little wooden table. But it looks like they all sleep in the same room.
Okay. Can I pick up what any of their trades are from the things around here?
Probably potters.
Potters. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so what would happen hypothetically if someone was to come in here and try to slave you and you killed them? What would happen? Would you guys get in trouble? You kind of have to give yourselves up, or what?
It's, there's been a couple times that's happened, and it's, no one's been punished outright for it, but the next time that they've come...
They go for you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, is it always the same people that come? Or is it just like the guild in general?
It's the guild in general, but this guy, this fat, smelly man seems to have taken a particular interest recently. He's come around the last couple of times.
Gotcha, okay.
And sorry, we're a hospitable town. My name is Chechik. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Peedee. Thanks for letting me in, by the way. I understand this isn't the most nice time to have guests, but thank you for your information.
So, you've killed the guild before. Are you gonna do something about this time?
I'm definitely interested. This doesn't seem like a good setup at all. So, okay. Give me the standard slave run. They coming in the morning, gone by night, or when do they strike?
Yeah, they come with a shipment of supplies. In the morning, they come and they collect 106 of us. And then the bazaar opens. They'll sell us things.
Okay. And then slave you? Or they slave you first?
They slave us and then...
sell to the rest.
While our children are in cages.
Oh, God, that's...
We have to buy their goods.
That's terrible. Okay.
It's things that we can't get. There's a clay shortage.
That's just awful. Okay. And this prince that runs the town, in the tower, you said?
Yes, she lives in the tower.
Okay. And does she have an army or a guard?
She's got a small group of guards she's trained, yes.
Okay, well, check. Is that what you said your name was?
Chechik.
Yeah. Look, thanks for your information. You stay safe. I'm gonna go see what I can do. And if I need anything, I will be back. And if I find anything useful for you guys, I will definitely be repaying you for what you've done for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so yeah, are you heading out now?
Yeah, I want to take a quick rest, maybe regain some personal motes, because I'm a little low on those, and kind of think things over.
So how are you going to...
look around. Is there like a well anywhere, a fountain or anything? Drinking fountain type thing?
There's a couple of wells in town.
I'll probably take a little urn from my satchel on my backpack or whatever and fill that up and probably climb up to the highest point I can find and find some shade, kind of look around, see if I can like find the slavers or anything like that.
Well, yeah, that's actually going to be your biggest obstacle to finding like a nice place to rest for a while.
Yeah.
Is this town is lousy with slavers.
Oh, they're running everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, like once you get to a high enough vantage point looking for that well, you see like fire ants moving throughout the city, these groups of slavers like knocking on doors.
Okay. So it's in action and it's all happening.
Yeah.
Well, I think at this point, Peedee's starting to see just how like deep this really runs and how messed up it really is. And is it Kadar or Kadam?
Kadam
is obviously doing this. It seems pretty obvious that he's doing it as like an egotistical thing and trying to screw people over to get more. And I think that Peedee is feeling a little bit upset about that.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely is painful to him and frustrating to him. And these people are kind of like made to be helpless and bullied.
Yeah.
So I think Peedee is going to be searching I think he's starting to lean to a little bit more aggressive of an action here.
So what route do you think you're pursuing? Basically, there's the slavers, there's Kadam,
Right.
and there is Delicate Murti.
I think... Okay. Delicate Morty is in the center of the town?
Yeah.
Where's the bazaar? Close by?
Yeah, this is... Yeah, you came off the bazaar.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna head for the tower, but I'm gonna go by the bazaar. And as I'm going by, I wanna check out the situation there, see what's going on there.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a dexterity plus stealth check as you are moving across the city. It's filled with people. It's filled
Right.
with... Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. And yeah, I'm going to say that given the layout of the town, it's probably going to take you about an hour to get across town, so that'll give you back 5 of your personal motes.
Cool.
Especially since you're probably going to be trying to lie low.
Yeah, I'm not super sneaking, just kind of trying to not get picked off. Okay, so that's 4.
All right, so 4 successes. Versus 2, so...
Cool.
Yeah, you sneak across town. You're leaping silently and quickly from rooftop to rooftop, diving in and out of these little gazebos. A couple of them have these nice little water fixtures and stuff that you have to kind of dart around until you find yourself again at the edge of the bazaar, where there is Kadam.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's all right. Where there is Kadam, and there is the creature, Gurmis, and the boys, and you actually arrive at the bazaar just as a group of probably 6 of these slavers are bringing 3 villagers. There's a young man, kind of maybe a 32-year-old woman, and then a 16-year-old boy, and they're shoving them into the cage.
Okay. Okay, and these cages, are they on the caravan wagons and
Yeah.
stuff? Okay. I'm gonna wait for them to leave, the slavers. Okay. Where's the locks to these?
They are basically padlock-like things on the doors.
Okay. Is there a key to them, or are they code?
They're keys.
They're keys.
Oh, right, you haven't invested into the lockpicky larceny
I haven't.
charms.
I think I still have a decent chance at it. But maybe not right now, because then I'm just gonna have to keep unlocking. Oh. Is this a walled city?
Yes.
Okay, so there's only a few exit points then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna proceed on to the tower.
Okay. So there is a second wall outlining the tower,
Okay.
and it has this almost kind of cerulean blue coat of paint over it,
Okay.
over the mudded brick.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anybody walking in the walls?
There are a couple of guards, yeah. Just
Ha-
a couple, passing patrols.
How tall is it?
I'm going to say about 15 feet high.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh, they're lazily walking. A couple of them are whistling
Okay.
folk tunes.
Okay. I'm going to. Is it long enough to where I'll have an opportunity as they walk past to be kind of like out of sight while I jump up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do that then. I'll wait till they are kind of have passed through. I'm going to try to throw up a rope and climb up.
Okay, so I think that is another stealth check. You could argue it's an athletics check. I like it better as stealth.
Yeah, because, I mean, ultimately I want to...
You're sneaking. Ultimately, the point is you're sneaking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they are whistling, walking by with, like, their spears kind of cradled in their arms. And as the two of them pass, there's this perfect opportunity.
Okay.
As your hook goes sailing over the wall.
Okay. Yeah. So Peedee waits for them to pass, spins the grappling hook, tosses it up. Before he tosses it up, he takes a piece of cloth out and ties it around the metal part so it won't like make such a loud noise when it hits.
Okay. That's a good idea.
Throws it up and then kind of like darts up, rappels up the wall real quick.
Okay.
And then as soon as he's up there, is there a backside to the wall too, like where he can duck down, or is he kind of exposed to what's inside once he gets up there?
Oh, there is it's one of those walls where there's that kind of divot where...
Okay, so then he'll be jumping down and hiding in there.
Okay,
and
awesome.
Then I think I'm going to use an excellency on this too.
Cool, so you'll go ahead and get those 2 dice from your stunt.
Okay.
And how many dice are you going to be spending on your excellency?
Probably just 1.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that's 10.
There's literally no way they can even...
Okay, cool.
So I'm not going to bother rolling.
Okay.
You land quietly as these people are just like... The sun's high in the sky. It's glinting off of their spear tips. The city is made of this white material mostly. It's blinding their eyes. You have a clear shot at this tower if you want it.
End of part 1 of Breath of Piercing Dusk's Prelude. Thank you so much for joining us this week for the Party Prelude project. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of Peedee's story, and will join us next week as we go ahead and learn more about Kadam and Gervis and Delicate Murti and all that's going on in this town. There's not a whole lot left for us to do here. As always, if you notice there's something that was misadjudicated or interestingly ruled that you would like to ask questions about or discuss, please go ahead and let me know. And our theme music is, as always, Adventure Darling by Gillicuddy. I hope you have a lovely week.